everyone, Chris Nansky here with Superfoot System, and welcome to Superfoot Stories. Stories from the life and times of Bill Superfoot Wallace. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. All right. Okay, good. So, I want to talk a little bit about your competitive career. Now, of course, you won the World Championships September 1974. But then one of the other things that's historical is you were the first one of any of those members that won to defend your title.
Yep.
In May of 1975
May 5th,
against
1975.
May 5th, 75.
At the Battle of Atlanta.
Okay.
I fought a good guy named Joe Corley.
Yeah.
He was the promoter of the Battle of Atlanta since 1970 when it started. And we did a very good promotional thing for it. And what people don't realize also, I'm training for the fight. I have to go from Memphis to Atlanta a couple times a month to do some promotional stuff to build it up, so which was fine. But what people don't realize, at the Omni, the night before our fight, Elvis did a concert. Oh. And this is eerie, but he called me up and said, "I want you to come to concerts," and because I know you're fighting tomorrow, I can't stay because he had to go to Shreveport or something like that. But anyway, I want to wish you luck. I said, "Thank you." So we go there, got his seats right down front. If anybody, I'm sure you haven't seen an Elvis concert because you're not old enough. But anyway, we're in the middle of the concert. We're just sitting there. All of a sudden, all the lights go black, go dark. The exit lights aren't even on.
Wow.
And you go, whoa. All of a sudden, you hear a piccolo start playing Dixie. All of a sudden, the spot I hate says Confederate flag, which you can't do now, by the way, unfurls. And just everybody in the whole world had goosebumps. And he starts playing Trilogy, Dixie, Hush Hush Sweet Children, or Hush Hush Dixie, Battle Hymn of the Republic, and then Hush Hush Sweet Children. And he sings that song. And I would imagine for a good 30 seconds to 45 seconds after the song is over, there's no applause. I mean, it's just like, whoa. And I go, wow, an omen, thinking maybe that way. Yeah. But anyway, so the next day, the fight.
Now he also wished you luck at that concert.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He wished me luck. He says, good luck. I hope you, well. So the next day, the Battle of Atlanta is going on. And I just show up to watch a little bit of fighting because I'm going to go rest. Because now at that time, everything was 3 rounds. Mm-hmm. This is the first time it was 9 rounds.
Right.
We had to fight 9 rounds. I was a wrestler in high school and college, played judo, so I'm used to long times. But 9 rounds is a long time.
It is a long time.
But Joe Lewis trained me for the fight, so I felt like he made me run. But I had a bad knee. Right?
Yeah.
He made me run. So I learned to kind of like get along with running, but it built up my legs, so I was happy with that. So I felt like I could do the 9 rounds. So we get out there, and first round, we don't know how to pace ourselves. We wrestling or you're just trying to beat the other guy, right? Pin him if you can. Well, so after the 4th round, I'm going, this is hard work.
Yeah.
But we had a good fight. But it was a great promotion. There were 15,000 people there.
Wow.
The Army was totally packed full.
Right.
And Jerry Rome fought. Alan Miller knocked him out in the first, second round. Mm-hmm. Michael Warren fought
Cecil Peoples.
Cecil Peoples. He didn't win, but he won a decision. That's the last time Michael fought.
Wow.
He never kickboxed after that.
Wow.
I guess just maybe to find out if he could do it.
And you were on the platform at that time, right?
Yeah,
you weren't
just
in a boxing
flat,
ring.
yeah. Now, I have a sidekick. And I'm thinking, God, this is when, can't throw it hard because if I knock him off the platform, what happens? Because there are no rules for that yet. They pick him up, put him back on the platform. Is it a knockdown or is it what? But anyway, so we're out there fighting. I hit him with about 3 or 4 sidekicks. Not hard, just throwing him just to score. We don't know. Back then, this is the first title defense, 1975. I don't know what's hard, what's not hard. I know what's devastating, what's not devastating. Yeah. I had a left hook, but it was way back here.
Right.
And so, we don't know. So it was a learning, and 9 rounds was a learning situation. So when we're fighting, I just go bat's ass, you know, and all of a sudden about the 6th or 7th or 8th round, I go, whoa, and this is the crazy things. Safety equipment, jewelry safety equipment, came in one color at the time. White. Joe had a great idea, because purple's my favorite color. And Joe, I guess, like gray or, yeah, like gray. So they painted my hand gear, my foot gear, purple. They painted his gray. So which is a good idea, you know, hey, we know what? Nobody told him. When the hand gear, the foot gear get wet, it just kind of flakes off. So after the fight, I had gray stuff all over me. He had purple stuff all over him, and all over the mat was gray and purple. And I said, oh, wow. And, you know, very little on the gloves and everything.
Right.
But it was first title defense, which was a high success.
Yeah.
And at that time, it was George Foreman, you know, boxing. So we'd have an interview, and like, you'll say something. Say something about what you're going to do to me.
Okay, I'm gonna blast you.
I'll kill him.
You know what? I'm gonna take care of that left leg. I'm gonna neutralize that left leg.
I'll kill him.
I'm gonna tie you up like a pretzel.
I'll kill him. And that's all I said the whole time. And it went, ah! So,
wow.
But it was some great times.
Yeah.
First time everything was on television and all that stuff. So.
Wow. And Corley was a great promoter, too,
He was a
right?
superb promoter.
Yeah.
And he was the promoter of the Battle of Atlanta.
Right.
So he did great promotion. We were all over. I mean, when I went down there a week before, we were all over billboards, all over advertising, everything, you know. So it was.
It really kind of set the stage then for the rest of the sport, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep,
because
yep.
now they knew how to promote it. I mean, 15,000 people at an event, that's huge as well, right?
Yeah, for something that most of the people have never seen before.
Yeah.
You know, they've seen karate tournaments to where, oh yeah,
Right.
I win.
Right.
Now it's boom, boom, bam, and knocking the crap out of each other. And there's no disqualification for contact.
Right. Had you been boxing prior to that?
No, not at all. Little bit with Joe Louis.
Sure.
Only thing we worked on was the left hook.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, we're talking about the origin story of full contact karate in the United States too,
well,
in the world.
we found out, you know, the crazy thing is, and I say this in all the seminars I've done, karate technique is fantastic. Don't get me wrong, karate technique is fine. But with karate technique, we're punching with these two knuckles, the side of the hand, the inside of the hand, ippon, nukite, jujiku, any, you know, different parts of the hand. But all of a sudden, you put a 10-ounce glove on, none of these parts show. Mm-hmm. So before, when you punch a guy and maybe penetrate the ribs, break the ribs or whatever you do, now it's a big 10-ounce glove, so there is no penetration. So we have to change the way we punched from being a penetrative type punch to be a concussive type punch. So now it's that out and back. Before it's go through you. Now it's just in back, so you watch the rib shudder.
Wow.
Just a learning situation.
Yeah.
First time I fought, I threw a back fist at the German Bernie Groda. Yeah. I go, bam! And he goes, I went, uh-oh. So right then we said, Joe Louis, who was a fantastic Indian, one of my best friends, only one that knew how to box. So he did it right. Jeff Smith didn't know how to box. Isaiah Duenas didn't know how to box. Howard did a little bit, but he had a bad knee at the time, so he couldn't do it. But and I didn't know how to box. So we're thinking our karate techniques with gloves on is wonderful. It's not. We found out we had to change. Yeah. We had to modify it. That's why it's called kickboxing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good. Well, I'll tell you what, I was just thinking, you talked about your first fight with Joe Corley, but you guys decided to do it about 10 years later, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so I think when we come back next time, we'll talk a little bit about that.
Great.
All right, excellent. So thanks everyone for joining us. This has been Chris Natsky with Superfoot System, and we'll see you next time on Superfoot Stories.